morning.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good evening. Happy Monday.
It's supposed to be Sunday, but yeah, this is coming up on Monday. We ran into some difficulties this weekend, and we were just kind of unable to get the Snark out on Sunday.
I'm just gonna blame Christmas.
Yeah, really sorry about that.
Like, it's not necessarily related to anything, but Christmas
kind of
is...
at fault.
You can blame Christmas for a lot of things being shuffled around and chaotic, because Christmas is...
Yeah.
I mean, I work retail.
Yeah.
Christmas is nuts.
Well, welcome back to Character Snark. Welcome back to Sunday.
Yeah, and we're gonna do BlazBlue. We've got one guy left before they give us the two boss characters.
It's Carl.
I hate Carl.
I think most of us hate Carl.
I don't think that's true of the fandom.
Yeah, actually,
it's true
I think
in
the
this
fandoms
house.
are kind of okay with Carl, but I meant you and I.
In this house, Carl is not welcome. Let's go see what he has to say.
So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do Carl, and we're gonna do his what is it, true ending first, like we do for every other character, and that'll be this week. And then if it's super fast, maybe we'll do one of the normals. But I am wholly expecting it just to be the true to this week.
Yeah, I did some practice, and I did practice in arcade mode. Couldn't beat Hakumen. I know that story mode is not amped up as much for the AI, but it's Carl.
Well, I hope you're ready to play Carl.
Yeah, I've got the controller because I have the slightly better chance of getting it to work.
Yeah.
Which of us is voicing Carl?
I don't care.
Okay, I'll be Carl.
Okay.
Comfortable rays of light shine through the leaves, waking me up in their gentle warmth. When I come to, my sister is standing next to me. I'm sure she was watching over me, protecting me.
Good morning, sis.
Oh man, what's she look like? Is this a graveyard? He's in a graveyard. It's one of those spaced out Memorial Park graveyards, though.
Is his sister just a skeleton, or is it the doll that's been eating his life force?
Oh, I think it's the doll, but let's see.
Are we actually going to get a voice for her in his story mode, do you think?
I hope.
Because, that would be an interesting, good thing for them to do, and I wholly doubt
that he can hear her, and she's actually saying things, yes.
Well, no, because it would make him an unreliable narrator. It would be that you hear her talking, you hear Nirvana doing things and saying things, and get a personality off of her, because we're seeing it from Carl's viewpoint. He's the narrator, but everybody else knows that thing doesn't talk. The thing's just parasiting off of him.
Except that Vulcanhain was talking to her and acting like there was a response.
He's kind of different, though.
Yeah, he's some kind of plot man.
Yeah, he might be a monster in a butler outfit. We're not really sure.
Yeah. After being urged by my sister, I stand up. Soon we will arrive at the central part of Kagutsuchi. We can't afford to waste any more time here.
You gotta do it a little more like an anime boy. You're just doing like an anime girl voice.
I'm doing an adult lady voice, which is usually traditionally how you voice little boys in cartoons.
Well, you gotta put a little bit more of like an Ash spin on it, so it's like, I don't know, we gotta do this instead.
He doesn't sound like that.
You know what I mean.
He doesn't sound like... He sounds like a girl.
This is a nice place, considering that...
His sister's probably buried here, yeah.
Okay, so Kagutsuchi is in the middle of a desert, right?
Yeah, this is somewhere
Is this on Kagutsuchi then?
Well, you can kind of see in the distance there's what's probably the top part of the city.
Yeah, there's also mountains and everything everywhere. Like, this is a really nice area compared to the rest of the city that we've seen, which is absolutely terrible.
The outer ring of the city, I guess.
Also, he's going to Orient Town, which is nearby. And Orient Town kind of looks like the walled city. It's not... So it's like, I don't know.
It's not slum, but it's definitely not this.
And maybe walled city's not what I'm thinking
No,
of.
walled city, the Chinese walled city is supposed to be... I've never seen pictures of it, but it's super chaotic looking,
that is the place, right?
Yeah. Like,
I don't think it exists
It's
anymore.
just a lawless pile. It's not like this.
It's a plot of for those of you who don't know, go ahead and keep hitting buttons and everything.
I hope the people are nice too.
Yeah, he's already hunting for Ragna because he's a vigilante. So we're not starting before he knows about Ragna.
For people who don't know, the walled city is a 1 mile by 1 mile cube.
There she is.
There's Nirvana.
She hasn't said anything.
That exists on the border of China and in the most confusing way, Shanghai. Because Shanghai and China are technically the same country. They're both China, but Shanghai has some kind of weird independent government within it. Like, I can never remember how that actually
Hong
functions.
Kong's the same way. I don't understand.
I'm thinking Hong Kong, not Shanghai. I'm sorry. I'm thinking
Hong Kong, it was like an English colony city, and now is part of China, but slightly separate. I don't understand it.
Their government doesn't work, but does work. It's very confusing.
Yeah, I don't know.
But basically, neither of them wanted to take this little space that was just like an area where like crime existed in very high numbers. So they both chose to not take it, and as a result it became a space that is not technically owned by anyone. So it just became a chaotic like crime city that was only a mile by a mile. So they wound up just building it up and enclosing things in, so you wind up with the walled city, which is this thing where it's like, in order to get to street level you might have to like shimmy down a ladder for like 40 feet and then like climb through your neighbor's window and like go through their home.
Orient Town doesn't quite look like that. It genuinely just looks like Chinatown with stuff maybe on top of it.
Something that I thought was always good was that it's constantly wet, because people at the top create a lot of heat, and people at the bottom create heat, so it's condensation that falls through the city to the point where if you're at the base, it looks like it was raining nonstop.
Well, that does sound a little like where Arakune lives. That could be involved in the design process.
Honestly, it feels like Kagutsuchi is kind of like
it's much more spaced out, though.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. We've been on this for too long.
The light shining through the trees makes this such a beautiful morning. I hope I can walk through this area again with you someday, sis. The light feels so warm, I can't help but think those thoughts. Yeah, it's save.
Savor of the first.
Yeah, doesn't matter. We don't need those saves.
I wonder where Roger
So, like, straight in. Please tell us something, Nirvana. Use your voice. I want to hear you.
I think we're going
Sing
to
us
have
a
to
song.
do some walking, sis. But tell me when you're tired.
Puts on a little
okay?
top
She
hat.
get tired?
She's like, "Hello, my baby. Hello, my baby."
As
soon as anyone else is around, just.
God, what if that is how it works?
I hope it is.
Hey, you! Small one
Hi,
over there.
Tao.
Do you know a
So we're not
Brogna?
starting with plot revelations. We're
No,
starting with
with
wacky.
Tao. Megan has the controller, by the way. I
Yeah.
think we've said this already.
Yeah,
but
we
I wanna
did.
Make sure. Oops.
Are you looking for the blood edge? I want to see the blood edge. Meow.
Ragna.
Yeah, he's the, what's it called? The big bad villain that came here?
How did they... Who gave... Like, I know there's wanted posters, but, like, was it specifically said we know he's coming here next? Because he snuck in on the top of a monorail.
Maybe they assumed he was coming, so they passed out the wanted posters knowing that he would show up. Because he was apparently hitting the cities in order. He had gone through, what was it, like 11 of them or something
Was
before
that
he
how
hit
he did
Kagutsuchi.
it? Yeah, okay. You think there's a bunch of other cities with random numbers and they've also got wanted posters and people running around, but he hasn't shown up yet?
Because we know that the library is actively passing the posters out and saying he is wanted here.
Yeah, they know something about
So I'm
his
guessing
patterns.
that mercenaries or bounty hunters are picking them up and going like, well, if they're passing out the posters, then he must actively be coming here. The library must be certain of it. So we'd better look for him. And if you don't find him, then it's just a waste of a day.
It's still, like, I don't know if it's necessarily that he's going in order because he doesn't have to, but that maybe someone knows more than they're letting on about what Ragna's doing. Like, someone up at the top just kind of is manipulating the order he's going in. Maybe. Well, we'll find out maybe someday. So now we gotta fight over who gets to capture. This is gonna be like a win no matter what, isn't it?
Well, keep going.
Is it a choice?
A vigilante.
Kinda.
It is a battle between vigilantes.
What's that? Is that yummy?
She does. I thought Lychee explained this to you, Tao. Or the Elder, or in whichever mode or
Maybe they just
timeline.
don't call her a vigilante. They call it something else. And
I think
Tao's
she's
like,
used the term at least once somewhere,
Well,
hasn't
maybe she forgot it. She's Tao.
Like, isn't that how she explained herself to Lychee in arcade mode? I don't know.
Yeah.
She's a strange girl. Although, to tell the truth, I'm not sure if she's a boy or a girl. Look at her.
I mean, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, she's a cat, I guess. It does appear that the ears in her head are real, however. I met beast men when I was at the academy, but this creature seems different. Are you just really sheltered? He's like 12 years old. Maybe
he's like
he is.
6 years old.
He's 2 years old. He's never seen a cat before.
He is walking around psychically while he is a zygote in someone's thoughts.
He has an umbilical cord that you can't see under the cape that attaches to
under
Nirvana.
the hat.
Out of his head? Sure.
Yeah.
Capture wanted criminals
He's
and
explaining
criminals
big
are
words
referred
to
as
Tao.
vigilantes by the general public. Tao doesn't like complicated stories.
Just beat him up, Tao. He deserves it.
I don't think it was too complicated.
Well, now you're being condescending, Carl. You're
Okay,
getting
so
your ass
anyway,
kicked.
I
What
understand
happens
that
if
I
I
don't
lose?
think she's something.
Then Tao eats you, I guess.
Good end. Tao gets dinner. Everyone wins.
Yeah. No, Tao wouldn't eat.
Oh,
even a
Nirvana's-
small human, it would be like, no, she's not gonna do that.
Nirvana's talking, I guess, to him somehow. Yeah, we don't get to hear it.
Perhaps she's the type who learns through experience
That's really
rather
annoying.
than from a lecture.
Yeah, I want it to turn out that
moving
she's
around.
been
You
speaking
wanna
in
play
like
with me?
Satan's voice or something.
Yeah, like I'm wondering if it's that the voice would be like, maybe there is a spoiler related to Nirvana and that the voice would give it away. Or
like it's
something like that.
Hakumen's voice or something.
Or she's got like the voice of Nu. And it's like,
or
oh.
Kokonoe, possibly.
Yeah, or something like that.
Or Rachel. I
Yeah.
can believe that.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
kind of.
I'll be fine. I won't let my guard down. I'm aware of
No,
it.
we hear it. It's just Bang talking about titties or whatever.
Nirvana's like face plate opens up and falls off. It's a mask and it's just Bang underneath.
I'm gonna get a girlfriend. She lives over there.
Come, young one, let's find me a girlfriend.
No, we know that Bang like adopts Carl in some
Eventually,
timeline,
yeah.
so that's not happening.
Well, that's what happens. He lives inside his sister.
Meow. Who are you talking to? Here
Yeah, Tao
Tao
can't
can't
hear.
hear her.
And the kakas are living weapons, so like there was a chance she would have been able to hear something, so
Yeah.
we can eliminate
So,
that.
are you ready for some weird shit?
What?
This is the only time this has ever cropped up. Lose to Tao.
What the fuck?
Your first fight to get the true ending is a loss.
Alright.
Congrats.
Well, I still have to do enough that the AI actually attacks.
Yeah, I'm still a little sick, by the way.
So I guess this is my warm-up where I don't intend to go anywhere.
Yeah, well, you could still beat her to the point where, like, she's got 5% HP, because the AI won't know what to do if you just stand there. We've kind of showed this off before, but the AI in this game is, like, it can be super good, but for some weird reason, if we just stand there and do nothing, unless the AI is cranked up to maximum, the AI literally won't respond. It'll start walking backwards and standing in place, like it has no idea how to fight you if you're not doing
Yeah.
anything. Just don't kill it, that's all.
Yeah, I'd like to point something out,
Yeah.
you know, pretty early. Let's move away from Nirvana.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes when he commands her to do things, let's see if
Yeah.
I can get it. He calls for Ada, and at first I thought it was like he'll say like a bunch of other things in like Latin or French or some shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's the name of like the move, and it's like no, there's at least one win pose at the end, which because I practice with him.
Yeah.
There's at least one win pose where he's like, we won, Ada. That's
Oh.
his sister's name.
Okay.
He also, because I was training in arcade mode, he does seem to get a little offended when people call her Nirvana.
Weird.
So her name is Ada, according to him. That was his sister's
Huh.
name.
Well, okay then. I feel
Girl,
bad
beat me.
for Carl.
I don't. He deserved this hit.
Yeah.
I guess I underestimated her.
Eat
He
shit,
super
Carl.
did. Like, he actively started this fight going, she doesn't look that tough. And it's like,
She's
what the
an
fuck,
animal.
Carl? Like,
I can take her and explain words to her and talk down to her if
Jesus.
she even is a her.
I've seen a beast man.
Yeah, was
Big
that
old air quotes on it.
That's right.
like
Tao is tough.
Other than the Kakas actually being second-class citizens, have we had anything to indicate that the old chestnut of furries are the minority?
Well, here's the thing with the Beastman thing. At least that I think is the technical term for what they are. Mm-hmm. It wasn't a slur insofar as I can tell.
But he said it like he wasn't sure what the fuck that is.
And the more I think about it, the more I think, can you even think of what a slur for a race called Beastman would be?
Furry.
Like, I guess that would work, yeah.
Or call them by the wrong animal.
Or something like that. Maybe,
sometimes that works. Like, sometimes, like, if you call a wolf a dog, they get
in fiction,
offended.
Yeah.
You know what? In the Noelle flashbacks, Makoto was, like, treated weird in the academy, wasn't she?
A little
yeah,
bit.
So it is just furries are like a metaphor for some other minority, and we're gonna
sort of
the web comic plot for every furry web comic, basically.
Beastman sounds like a slur, though. Like
it kind of does. Like that's what you'd call them when you can't pronounce lycanthrope or something.
Tao can't even remember why she was doing this.
Well, she wasn't doing it for a reason. And he's too small to eat, probably.
Oh, I know. I'll ask the booby lady.
I've been watching people play D&D a lot lately, and it reminded me...
Holy shit! Kako. That long...
It reminded me, as I was going to say...
You're going to isolate that line from the audio and put that at the end, right?
One of the things that I had completely forgotten is that...
Carl here?
Because he's hurt. This is the hospital.
Oh, that's like, I thought she was just standing like, why was I doing this? Oh, I'll just ask Lychee why I just did this.
No, she grabbed him by like the foot and dragged him through the town until they got to the hospital.
Just dragging Carl. Where's Nirvana then? Just got him by the ankle, waving him around.
No, Nirvana stood there and let it happen. And then as soon as Tao walked into the building, Nirvana was standing behind the door.
That could happen, straight up. Hey, booby lady, we brought you a devil puppet.
And they look away and look back. Nirvana has turned to face them and is closer.
This is legit how she moves sometimes.
Yeah.
Are you sure you understand?
She just runs off.
Off she goes.
I've been watching a lot of D&D lately, and I had completely forgotten that in universe, in lore, there's like a list of slurs for fantasy races.
Those are always fun, because you know...
super confusing.
You know when people come up with that stuff, and like, I'm not saying this to be like critical even, it's just like, I kind of get it. It's like, people are letting out any kind of impulse that they're holding in, and then just doing it in a fake way.
Stupid though. Like
yeah, they do.
Knife ear is one for elves.
I keep hearing that. Why even have a slur for elves? I feel like elf is already kind of an insulting thing to be called.
Call them Christmas jockeys. Like, I don't know.
You get to just use the mean tone in ways where no one's offended. It's just like, that's why people do it, and it's kind of fun.
My point, though, is that Beastman it's a really common name for races that are like animal humans. And you see it everywhere, and it just feels like not a good name for that. But I understand that people use it so people get used to it, and it's like, eh.
Also,
like if I had to write a story that was like that, I'd probably still use Beastman.
It's also used a lot in stuff from Japan. I know there's other games that I've played that had it. It's like common. There's probably just a word that just keeps being translated to it. Maybe it's like kimono or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So Tao just left him here and ran off.
Carl wakes up to like the greatest tits in the game, and it's like, what the fuck happened?
Did you take care of me? And he's still got like rocks and sticks all over him, stuck in his hair. His clothing's like torn in the back. He's just bleeding out on the bed. She literally did nothing. He just, got plopped down in a bed and Tao left.
Lychee's looking at him like, I don't know what happened, but I guess I better get the disinfectant. And then he wakes up.
She just puts a Band-Aid on his forehead and walks off.
Nah, she can't get a Band-Aid on his forehead because that hat is probably way too heavy.
Yeah, it'll have to go over his nose.
Yeah.
Now he's true anime.
So he wakes up in the hospital and is worried about the ambulance ride bill. It's like, I understand completely.
Yeah, he's like, okay, fuck it. I'm done.
Yeah, I don't
See
have
ya.
insurance. Don't call anybody.
Leave me alone.
Aw.
Oh, is this how they're gonna frame
I'm
this?
sorry, but I'm really in a rush.
This
If
this
you need money, I'll
angle
bring it immediately.
with that conical boob, just kind of pointing at his face.
I guess. I don't know.
And he's wearing short shorts and covering himself up.
Just don't bring attention to it. Just keep going.
Because
Money
I
is
know
the issue
Lychee's not
here.
like that.
It's dangerous to walk
Yeah.
So
around with
this
that
is just
injury.
annoyingly weird.
You've got Tao's claws literally hanging out of your abdomen. Don't run away. And he's like, no, I'll get you all the money you ever wanted. And then he just walks out of the building.
Nirvana better show up soon because Lychee
Yeah,
knows who
Nirvana's
that
not
is.
here at all.
Lychee knows.
Oh, maybe she won't show up because Lychee knows.
Oh, we were talking over all this. I should probably narrate some of this. Why is this person being so kind to me? She's a complete stranger. I don't understand. Has no one's ever been nice to him?
I don't know.
That might be true.
I
I'm
think
mean
he's super
to him.
rich, by the way. Like, that might
Yeah,
be part of
he's
it.
was an academy student. There's a really good
I'm
chance.
very
Yeah.
thankful that you're concerned, but even if something did happen to me,
Yeah.
it's none of your
And
business
as
either.
far as I know, he doesn't have family currently that's alive and real. So
Yeah.
like
Things like
he's I mean, we don't know. We never find out. So he
Yeah.
better find out now.
I love that his story opens with a loss, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
true ending, lose.
I'm sure there's some way I could work out like a Lost Touch JPG joke
No, please
in here.
don't. Like, literally, though, every other one has been, like, win. And for
Yeah, the
every
first is
storyline,
always a
it's
win and a
always a win
choice.
first, and sometimes win the second also.
Maybe the developers also hated
But for
Carl.
Carl, it's like, first one, just lose.
Oh, what's going on now? Who's this?
Ugh,
Was that
okay, that's Nirvana.
was that her
You
talking?
shouldn't push
She just
yourself.
appeared.
Are you all right?
Lychee, please look up at the thing that just appeared.
Maybe Lychee left late enough in the game or early enough in the game that she doesn't actually know what Nirvana is. Or doesn't
She does in
recognize her
arcade mode,
immediately.
at least.
I don't know.
But
Maybe.
Like, she walks up to him in the street and is like, why do you have that?
Oh, I didn't remember that.
Yeah, no, because I did the practice.
Yeah.
Which I should have been doing the whole time, honestly. Even when I'm not
Yeah.
playing, just to refresh my memory.
Fair enough.
It's like, I'll pay the doctor bill later.
Maybe Nirvana doesn't look like Nirvana to Lychee.
Oh god, that could be happening.
wait!
She's camouflaged. Maybe Lychee didn't want to say anything because she didn't want Nirvana to suggest that he leaves.
that
Which she
maybe
did,
that
actually,
might
too.
be.
Okay,
Yeah,
she should.
Yeah. She was trying to be really gentle and kind about it while she,
Yeah.
goes behind him and then breaks Nirvana's neck without him seeing or something.
Or fixes her voice box.
Sound.
Or cuts her tendrils out of his back.
Yeah, god. Yeah, maybe.
Like, she's like, oh shit, it's that thing. Save reverse slot 2.
Okay.
Are you alright, sis?
Yes, I'm fine, minion.
Beep boop puppet noises.
Well, I'm a little thirsty. Give me some of that blood.
Well, rest well, too.
I'm a little
So don't
thirsty,
worry.
so why don't you give me water and then you can talk? Like, it's a reverse of the puppet trick.
The fucked up thing is it might not work. We're having too much fun with Nirvana.
No, it's fucking terrible.
Carl, I could not give less of a shit about Carl, but
He's a little
Nirvana is
magician,
so
like-
fun. Nirvana gives us so many weird jokes. Wait, what?
Rachel just invited him here, so he appeared. I guess
That
that's
was
how it
abrupt.
works. Yeah.
What do you
Greetings, you lost to Tao. I'm gonna tease
It was literally
you.
a teleport.
I thought perhaps we would play for a time.
I guess she could just look at a person, from 100 miles away and be like, that one here, and then they just appear.
To be fair, you can probably see Nirvana from 100 miles away if you have plot powers, which Rachel does.
Maybe.
Play? Am I
We never really see the top of her head. Maybe she has a flag going up like a mile that just says Nirvana
We
is
see
here.
the top of her head.
I know, I'm
in the
fucking
sprites.
around.
My apologies, but
I invited you here to kick your ass and steal your doll.
Aw, Rachel wants to play with Carl, and Carl's like, no.
This place is awfully strange. I can't quite find the words to describe it, but it seems real enough. I have a bad feeling about this. It's best if I leave quickly.
Okay, do win against Rachel, by the way.
Okay. He hops on Nirvana's back and she runs like the wind out of Halloween Town.
Oh no, he jumps on her back and then the skirt flutters open to reveal her like jet boosters underneath it. And then they fire off and he just rides the rocket Nirvana out.
Is there an actual win pose where they do that?
I don't
Am I thinking
know.
of someone
You're thinking
else?
of Skullgirls? It's Big Band.
Maybe, yes.
Yeah. That's one of his win poses, is he just starts playing the sax and then his coat opens up and it's just horns that shoot fire and he flies off into the sky.
Now I'm just imagining that Nirvana whips up the skirt of her dress and there's a trombone in there. Doo-doo.
Seems like we don't have much of an option.
We are getting way too much out of
no, we need to stop. We're going.
We need to get
Nirvana
some...
did a thing.
Fuck!
She moved like 2 inches
Like,
on her own.
oh, we need to stop joking about Nirvana being creepy. Ah, fuck, Nirvana's being creepy.
What's wrong?
I think she just notices that Rachel is Rachel. It's just beep boop. There's a plot here. There's plot relevant person.
Again, beep boop puppet noises. Like she's not a robot. She's
Isn't
a marionette.
I mean, the difference in this weird Magitech setting is kind of
I think
hard to tell.
they keep calling her a marionette, but I think the idea is that she's like a dressed mannequin who just looks unusual. She is technically magic. So
Yeah.
she is one of the magic weapon things,
Yeah.
but that doesn't necessarily mean she's a robot. She might literally be a puppet with like a core of magic just sitting in her.
Well, what's the difference between a golem and a magic bot?
Weren't you listening?
Really?
I don't know.
I said
It's
we're
at
going
this
to
point
play,
it's semantics.
Complexity?
But I'm only
Is that?
interested.
I mean, what if it's like quantum computing or something?
Golems are, I mean, traditionally not even that complex. They're just people made of clay.
Oh, what are you doing?
Did Rachel turn purple for a
Who's
second?
doing what?
Yeah, look at that. She's
What?
purple.
Okay.
Oh no.
Now, come over here, boy.
What?
It's
She's-
time
Did
to
she
begin.
disable her?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Did you turn her off?
Do to my sister.
You can turn her off.
Turned her gray.
Don't worry.
You put her in the background.
What the fuck?
Do I actually have to fight without using her?
It would be a cool change to his moveset if that was the case. I'd actually be
let's
okay
find
with that
out.
if that was the case. But I don't know if that's what we're doing here.
I feel like if I were...
Oh yeah, she's fucked.
Oh,
Look at
shit.
that. She's gonna be broken
Dang.
for the whole fight, I guess.
Interesting. They've never done something
Beat her
like
as
this.
just Carl.
It's probably not
Huh.
that hard if she's
No,
only the
that's-
second fight.
That's super interesting, though. I didn't expect them to actually do that.
By the way, I figured out he has a spike, but if I can use it, there we go.
Also, remember that Rachel is like a really weird character to play as, but she's also kind of a weird character to fight sometimes. Because the AI
Yeah.
understands her better than either of us.
That
Yeah, you still beat her.
wasn't bad.
No, it was okay.
I was gonna say, if I were some kind of, like, animal person, I'd probably be offended at being called a furry.
Yeah,
just,
maybe.
You know, that conversation.
Yeah.
Alright. So, she was testing whether or not we have, like, Nirvana powers.
Whether or not you're
something.
strong on your own.
Maybe cutting her off means that it cut off certain parts of her weird control.
I mean,
You
maybe.
okay? Are you hurt?
So she was, like, checking our, like, brain patterns if she has that ability.
Oh.
I don't know what she can do.
You're a
It's Rachel.
codependent introvert, and you're constantly on the verge of tears.
Yeah, she is
Perhaps
brain
if you
scanning
pulled yourself
him.
away from your sister, you'd be less of a petulant infant.
Huh.
Yeah, okay.
He's gonna cry.
She
But you
basically
forgot
called
you
him a
wanted to
mama's
tell me.
boy.
So I will
No, he's
alert
a
you to
sister's
what
boy.
Yeah, but there's no word for that, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think there is.
Nah.
Useful.
The hat's actually the test tube that he was born in recently.
Maybe. Well, she's like, okay, you're worth giving a clue to, and then she's just like, you go off and you go fight for my
Have we
sake.
ever remarked on his enormous fucking zipper, by the way?
Is that what that is? I thought it was a cowbell.
No, it's He's got it's an armored patch holding the cape together.
You mean his dog biscuit?
With two superfluous straps for no reason. They don't even seem to go anywhere, because if they re-anchored to the cape, they'd go up and around his shoulders, so you'd see them up there, but they aren't there. Which means that they have to end somewhere in the back of the cape, which makes no sense.
They hook up to Nirvana.
And then he's got just the biggest zipper I've ever fucking seen.
I swear I thought that was
right
a cowbell.
there on his chest. I feel like there was another character who had a giant zipper, and I don't remember who it is.
Tao's got a zipper pull that's big and has like a cat paw on the end.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Is Tao the one that I'm thinking of?
It is. So she's like, do you wish to
Taker does,
liberate
too.
that? It's like, does Nirvana need liberating? But she's the Nox
talking
Nictoris.
to Nirvana. If you really wish to liberate that, you will need a much. Oh wait,
She is a Nox
yeah.
Nictoris.
You'll need a better Nox Nictoris than
You're gonna need two Nirvanas.
Nirvana
To save Nirvana.
Nox Nictoris?
Yeah, he has no idea.
What's he liberating?
I believe
His
someone
sister.
you know quite well.
I guess.
You've probably even seen it before.
Is this about Jean
You.
or Noelle? It might be Noelle.
Could be Noelle. Could be Jean, because they knew each other in the
her
academy.
guns. And Jean's is Yukiana still a Nox
Yeah.
Nictoris?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
because I know the guns are.
Yeah, no, all of the weapons I
It's a
think are
person
supposed to be
you met
Nox
while you were still under the
Nictorises.
supervision
Okay,
of
it's
the
one
NLA.
of them. It has to be.
Yeah, she's
She's-
clearly talking about that.
She's sending him to his death. You think this kid can beat
Hero of
Jean?
Ikaruga and
It
his
is Jean.
Surely I don't need to spell it out for you.
I think, by the way, that almost every character in this game
You don't
fights with a
need
Nox
Jean
Nictoris,
Chase
except
Sawadi and
for
Noelle
Rachel,
Vermilion.
who has her two demons
And is a vampire.
and is a
so-
vampire. And I think technically Tager doesn't, or Tager is one.
I'd just
I'm not
call him one.
sure.
Yeah, but like we have the ice sword, the mind control guns, the mind control sister.
I guess technically Tao doesn't have one either.
She could be considered one. She is a descendant of a
Like a
living weapon.
biological
Yeah,
one of some
yeah.
sort? I don't know.
Like I don't remember if it was Bang's nail or his weird glove thingies that was considered one, but something was.
Oh, yeah. He might just have ninja magic. He might not have a Nox Nictoris.
No, she said he had something that was Nox level when Rachel encountered him. She called him sweaty and said he was powerful. Okay, so she just said like the hero and his assistant, and
Yeah.
Noelle. Was she ever described as his assistant before?
Only prior to this game. Like, literally, it's mentioned... I don't think it's mentioned that it's his assistant, but it is actively stated multiple times that, like, when he was still working for the government, before he went AWOL, because remember, Jean spun off and
Yeah.
started doing weird
Yeah,
things.
he just gened off. 'Cause he's him.
Noelle did know him, was at least to some extent like
He
an
was a
ally
senpai.
or a friend. Yeah. But when you run into her in actually in story mode, I think, but also in arcade mode, it's like, I've been sent to stop you. Please stop. We need to go back to just working together. What's wrong with you?
I feel like he wouldn't work well with her because he would just keep looking at her angrily and being like, "I don't like your face.
I don't
you have her
think he
face,"
had that
and he just stomps
problem.
around.
I don't think he had that problem until the start of this game,
Oh.
though.
Maybe?
Or maybe not. I have no idea.
It's hard to know with Gene because he's
How
weird.
refreshing to know you
He's
can
probably
be after
always
all.
angry at everyone he just
They
doesn't
are
say.
here in this town as we speak. Although
You're
I
sending
do
him
not
to
know
his
how
death.
long he will be safe.
Who are you? Why are you telling me this?
Why are you telling me this?
We've played her story mode and I still don't know why she does things.
She's a vampire
Doesn't
who's
really
not
matter.
allowed to help, but she's not allowed to be a key player, but is allowed to help in small ways because she's trying to get the world
Regardless,
down the
it would
correct
be wise
path
to make
and
haste.
timeline.
Your time
And
is
it keeps
short.
fucking up, and she keeps having to find ways to try and fix it.
But why
So she's
any of
reliving
that?
every single story mode in an
But
attempt
why
to
does
make
she-
it better.
There's a lot of questions.
Presumably her dad did it before her, and this is just a family thing.
Yeah, but like that still doesn't tell us what the thing is.
I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever. Let's go get killed by an angry samurai and his Noelle.
Also, even without her affecting things seem to shift ever so slightly as time goes on.
Oh, I went through that too fast.
Sorry.
He said that somehow I want to believe everything she says. Yeah. I can't explain it, but it almost seems like there's some kind of mysterious power behind her words that simply compels me to believe them.
But when she was talking to Kokonoe in her storyline, she said that every single time she talks to Kokonoe about certain things in the timeline, Kokonoe gets further and further on her own without being told the things that the previous incarnation knew.
Which is weird, but Kokonoe is, like, the best character, so I understand.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not the best character yet, because we can't play as her, but she's pretty cool.
I know what you mean.
All I can think of doing is taking her advice. It's you were susceptible to hella mind control, kid.
Okay, here's the thing. This is the only time that I think we have ever encountered this in this game. The choice doesn't actually matter.
What?
The only thing that you were selecting here is who you were fighting. And we will have to do this, I think, in most of the other endings. So you can choose anyone.
All right.
We'll get the other side of the story in a different episode.
Yeah, let's just go first choice, second choice.
You sure? Because that means you're fighting the stronger one first.
Yeah. It's just easier to remember if we go in order.
Okay.
And also, I kind of want to see Carl get his ass kicked again.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Comes in right after Nirvana leaves, though.
You're so whimsical.
You're fucking with people. It's funny.
That child could have been a bright star.
Oh.
What?
How
what does that even
unfortunate,
mean?
Then, that this world will not let him.
Yeah.
It's just, we're sending him to his death. That sucks for him.
It is not simply the world. His path is of his own choosing.
If things hadn't fallen apart, he could have been a really good fighter.
It's like,
but
if
he's
he were,
Carl.
He would have been a great person if he was a different person.
Yeah, right.
Because he's choosing this
Do you
path.
think he may make the correct
It's his
choice?
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I doubt that very much. That is what makes this a tragedy.
I love how everyone just shits on Carl as much as I do.
I like that she refers to reality in, like, play ideas.
Yeah,
so
she's watched reruns so many times.
The issue with that, though, is that the way that she phrased it there, I don't know if you've ever been told this, but in traditional plays, there are only two kinds of plays, a tragedy and a comedy. There's nothing else. That's it.
What does a romance count as?
It depends on whether or not it is a tragic romance or a comedic romance.
Okay.
There's nothing else.
All right. So he's already doing... Gene is just gening.
That, by the way, is why you see that traditional sort of trope of the smiling mask and the sad mask.
The theater mask.
It's because there's two kinds of plays. There's nothing else.
Sure.
No matter what you do, it falls into those two categories because traditionally comedies aren't funny.
What about tragic comedies?
Don't exist. You can have a funny tragedy, but it's not a comedy under those circumstances. A comedy isn't necessarily something that's funny. It's just something that isn't a tragedy.
Well, what if it's tragic but nothing bad happens?
Then it's not tragic.
Okay, all right, whatever.
I mean, if it is, then it might fall into tragedy. It kind of flip-flops sometimes.
All right, we're digressing a lot
go ahead,
this time.
I'm sorry.
I know it's because we both don't want to look at Carl, but
Yeah,
we're looking at Gene, and he's funny when he's...
Yeah, see, it's a big zipper.
I guess...
It might even be attached to the cape, in which case I have no idea how his clothing works.
It's just there so that when he jumps around, it punches him in the gut, because even his clothes hate him.
He's also making, like, Spider-Man web shooter hand signs.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a bunch of puppets in his cape, I guess.
He's gonna
Maybe
flip
that...
Gene, I guess.
With a puppet.
Yeah.
You are...
It's like, hi, senpai. It's like, who the fuck are you?
Oh, Gene doesn't remember.
Why would he? Why would you remember this kid?
After all.
Carl.
Oh, no, he does remember him. Neat.
Don't humor him, Gene.
Long time no see.
Act like you don't know him,
Looks like
because
you do
he's just
remember
gonna
me.
follow him around now.
It's not often a student leaves the academy behind without saying a
Oh,
word.
jeez.
He just
So what brings you
disappeared.
to this town?
Actually, it's
Huh.
quite simple.
That's probably
want
when
that
he
weapon
got
of
Nirvana.
yours.
Wait, so this is just about Carl, like, stealing other people's weapons, I
You're onto
guess.
something.
I mean, that works.
Jean's like, wait, huh?
It's
My
like,
sword?
I want puppet powers and ice powers.
Farewell will punish
Put
you.
Nirvana on an ice car and let her zoom around.
I'll have you
Jeez.
die right here.
You can zoom around on a Nirvana car and an ice car. Cars on cars.
Just a
man.
frozen Nirvana just spinning around in the sky. He escalated from like 0 to 60. Here's
Yeah,
like, I
that
like
was
your stuff.
literally-
I'll kill you.
That was literally Jean standing there doing nothing, and then Carl comes up and tries to hit him, and then goes, haha, I'm stealing your weapon now. And Jean's like, what?
Well, let's be fair. He wasn't doing nothing. It's Jean, so he was grumbling about
He's probably
brothers.
fighting something.
Brothers, faces, and sometimes just mad about himself.
Often
Sometimes it's
mad
just
about
like,
himself.
yeah, it's like they call me a hero, but I feel like I'm not a hero because I hate my brother and the moon.
Goddamn moon, I'm so scared of it.
It's gonna eat me. It's too close.
He's terrified of the moon. I forgot about that.
Well, he was as a kid,
Yeah.
but now it's like one of his weird symbols or something.
Well, yeah, because he's like, if we're pretty sure that Hakumen is just Jean and he's wolf themed, so the moon
Yeah.
could be a symbol of his.
Yeah, it's just trying to get him to wolf out.
He's so scared of the moon.
There we go. I got her to hit him. I hate
Oh
this.
god. Yeah, well, it's Carl, so you get what you choose.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a hard fight. In fact, if you lose it, we're gonna have to go back and reload.
Fuck.
Yeah, there it is. Well, we get to see the loss, I guess.
Yeah.
This wasn't how it's supposed
Oh, let's be real. This is what would happen.
This is probably what would
Seems I have
happen, though, Carl.
overestimated your power. You have disappointed
Yeah.
me yet again.
Aww.
That sounds
You
correct.
failed
Even
me
feel
again,
like
Carl.
finishing you off.
I don't
Stay
want to
down.
kill a baby.
This don't matter. None of this matters.
He doesn't want to abort this fetus, so he's just gonna leave him on the floor to bleed out.
Aww.
It's okay.
Bye.
Poor Carl.
If I just get through this, there will be another opportunity.
And then
to
Carl
strike.
dies.
Jin, you're the weak one.
You say that when he's already gone. It's like,
And she turns
you
around
too.
and comes back and he's like, what did you say? And Carl's like, no, please don't hit me. He did!
My hand
fuck him up, senpai.
Did you honestly think I was that stupid?
Oh, did he try to throw something at him?
Maybe through a puppet. Something whumps against his back.
Why are
Gene
you
turns around. It's like
murdering
a
this
sock with.
8-year-old?
He turns around and like Carl threw a sock with googly eyes at him. It's like, what are you doing?
Like frozen next, I'll let you decide.
Don't make it creepy though, Gene.
Yeah.
Don't have to do an elaborate torture. Just dump him in the sewer like he deserves
Oh,
and
I
go.
see. So you want your mouth frozen?
Ugh.
Uh,
And
Don't drag it out.
Hmm.
He deserves a quick
Can't
death.
talk anymore, is it? I suppose this is as good a time as any.
Fucking
Jean's just a
gross.
creepy weirdo, I guess.
I mean, he's
I mean,
always...
we already knew that, but like,
This is a different kind.
he just murdered a child.
Muttering to himself and
Well, if
accidentally
you
calls
can't
Carl
talk,
Ragnar.
it's not as fun. I guess I better just murder you now.
That was creepy.
Go into load.
Yeah.
That's
it's a
yeah,
shoulder
there you
button.
go. And
this one?
then yeah, that one there.
Yep.
Just skim through this. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. We've already seen this.
Oh,
not like that.
I keep thinking I
Yeah,
could
there's
do
there's
it in
no
a
skip.
normal
There's
way.
no skip.
You'd think, though.
Yeah, you'd think that they'd add it in, but they didn't. So it's like, eh.
Yeah. Well, we got to see Gene get real creepy to this literal toddler.
Which is something I didn't want to see, to be honest.
Yeah. He didn't acknowledge Nirvana, though. I think that's interesting.
I don't think he cares about Nirvana.
Yeah,
I don't think
I
he knows
don't
what that
think-
is, so it doesn't matter to him.
Yeah, but there's nothing Nirvana does in the interaction that he finds particularly
Oh,
creepy.
I
And she
guess.
doesn't step in either.
Not really.
Which I guess she can't do. Nice. I got it to work.
Yeah. And then he immediately got hit by the ice.
Nice. Twice in a row. That's like coincidence, because I cannot make it work that good.
Okay. So what you're saying is that you probably should have practiced more.
Oh, come on. There's an hour and a half of me just throwing myself against Hakumen. That's good practice.
I'm kidding.
It was like arcade mode Hakumen, too.
Yeah. Oh, he's very hurt.
Fuck. Yeah, I know, but I gotta hit him. Fuck.
I just took off like 30% of your health. And there's the rest of it. And you're dead.
Oh my god. Oh, I can't even.
No, you can do it. You can do it. Do it. Hit start.
Oh, right.
Go to story select. Yeah.
All right. I don't know. We don't have to watch that.
No.
Again.
So we'll give it one more, and then we'll start.
Yeah. Do you want to take a turn?
No. If you are more confident that you're going to do it. Then
yeah, I almost got him there.
Yeah. Just real fast. There you go. Okay. You can even skip this.
Yep. Let's just get this guy.
Yeah.
Have I brought up the fact that, like, there's an awful lot of, like, blonde, people in this game?
No.
Creepy, young, blonde people who turn out to be kind of evil.
I guess.
It's Jean
it's Japanese,
and...
like...
I know it's kind of a trope, but I mean, some of them are probably related.
I don't know if that's entirely true. I don't think that Carl is related.
Yeah, we've gotten no reason to believe he is.
Yeah.
But we also know next to nothing about his family. We also know that Jean is adopted, as is Noelle.
Yeah.
And Ragna's not blonde, but we already know he's related to this guy. It's like, is Carl...
I don't think we know, by the way, for sure that Ragna and Jean are actually related, or if they're just orphan brothers.
Yeah,
because that's a thing.
Yeah, but we also know that, like, Jean turns into a dog or something.
I guess. You should probably focus on the fight, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Very close.
Come on.
Oh. Nope, he killed you.
Look how close that is.
Alright, we're gonna cut. See you guys in a minute.
Yeah.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action!
Ada! Ada!
Wait! Here.
Blade.
Pierce him. Back off. Halt. You can dodge this. Chill.
Counter.
It's not
Counter.
There. I got a good run.
Nice.
You bastard.
Don't cuss in front of the baby. Even if he is a piece of shit like Carl.
He's still alive. I gave it my all, too.
Oh, that's
Wait.
weird. I didn't murder him.
You were straight up, like, really intending to kill him and fail?
I believe this is mine now.
I don't...
Oh, God.
He vibrated away?
Yeah, he just vanished.
It feels like I can cut through anything with it.
Oh,
Wonder why she
does
pulled
Rachel want us to kill Nirvana with it?
I don't know.
Oh,
What was that?
is New
Sis,
awake?
What's wrong? I see. There's something down there.
It better not be Hakumen. I
Let's go.
don't want to fight
I feel
him.
like I need to go there, too.
It's Hakumen.
Is it? You would know. You've got the info.
Go ahead and do your save. There you go.
What is this?
It's the...
Yeah, this looks like news
cauldron?
background.
I
Yeah,
forget.
it is the cauldron.
Shit.
Oh, hi. Don't cuss in front of the goddamn baby.
Look, the brothers got to do it. Both the brothers got to do it.
Gotta say a cuss
got blood on
in
my
front of
hands.
Carl.
Are you
Yeah.
okay, sis?
He's like, oh, I got blood on me.
In
You're so stubborn.
oh no, that's going on. In arcade mode, you don't encounter Ragna as Carl.
Yeah, even though Carl's looking for
Yeah,
Ragna.
like for he's just conspicuously absent. We don't know yet if Ragna knows what Nirvana is.
Probably not. Why would he know what Nirvana is?
I don't know.
Is
There's a
him.
bunch of plot that no one
He's
tells
badly
us.
Injured, but his
Some
Ragna
people
the
just
Blood
recognize
Edge.
it.
He doesn't look anything like the poster.
Yeah, like a lot of people can't tell. This is gonna be significant, isn't it?
Probably.
You're shaking.
Has-
Sis,
Oh, Nirvana's scared of New.
Or is new?
I don't know.
Ragna, now we can finally be together.
Are they about to jump?
Oh no, that lady's taking
They're
Ragna the
about
Blood
to jump.
Oh no, she's gonna claim the bounty instead.
That's probably what
Let's
he's
go,
thinking.
She jumps into the fire and he's like, shit,
Um,
the bounty.
oh, please wait.
Well, no, if they've jumped in the fire together, no one can prove he didn't kill him.
Yeah,
I guess he's got to drag the body back, though.
or something.
Who sent him after Ragnar? Like, he just decided, oh, this is the bounty I'm going to go
I
after.
really need that
Why does it
Ashes
matter that
blood
much? He
Ragna
can't
the
find
Blood
some,
Edge
like,
carries.
pickpockets to turn in?
I don't know.
Oh. He knows about the thing.
Yeah.
Do you
Can't
think
let
you could
that
give
jump
it to
in the
me?
fire.
I know I'm asking for a lot, but
I know you want to kill your murder boyfriend in the fire. Can I have his arm?
Doesn't she actively need that part of Ragna when they jump into the fire, though?
I
Like, isn't that
don't
half the point?
remember.
Is that he has the Asher Grimoire?
I don't know.
if I don't have that, my sister won't change
okay.
back. So please.
It's always really ambiguous if he can tell that something's up with his sister being a murder puppet.
Yeah. I don't know what's up with that.
He knows, he notices.
I think that New went from her, like, I'm talking to Ragna version to, like, the quiet, like, she's probably gonna beat
Yeah.
Boop at us in a second.
It's like, oh, Ragna, we can be together and I can kiss you. And then someone else comes and
Turns
is like,
around.
beep boop, virus identified, please
Yeah.
leave.
Are you listening?
Target confirmed.
Yeah, there she goes, just
Who
straight
are
up.
you? Interfering
I'm-
with my directive.
I'm the puppets. You talk to the puppet.
Scanning complete. Target in possession
Yeah.
of Nox class weapon.
I don't know if she knows who Nirvana is. Just this is a powerful thing.
He's also got Yuki Onisa, though.
You know, she could be detecting that.
Yeah.
Oh, too much
Sis,
beeping and
Are
booping.
you still scared? You are, aren't you? But you'll be fine.
I wonder if they're gonna give you his sword to fight with
I'm
in this?
That wouldn't
The
make any
Asher is right in
sense.
front of us.
No. It wouldn't, because I'm just saying, because they turned
It'll
off
return you to
Nirvana for that
normal.
one fight, and it's like got me all kinds of like spooked now that they're gonna try and change it up with Carl, and it's like
That would be a whole new
why?
moveset.
I know.
Subject determined to be hostile. Now beginning termination.
I kind of wish she had kept her.
I like that her armor
human
just
voice
appears
on.
out of nowhere for no reason.
Well, like in her sprite, she has an animation for it.
Oh, excuse me.
Sis,
We know
Yeah.
how it
I'll
works.
do my
Just
best.
sort of just coffin shows up behind her and then whoops into this.
Oh, is that the entire reason you're trying to revive your sister then? You're just hungry? Can't make a bowl of cereal on your own?
Turns out he's 30, but he's undernourished, so he never got any taller than that.
Yeah.
Or experienced any kind of like
It's-
voice
Yeah,
deepening
or
over time.
anything. Just he's malnourished, so he never aged. That's how malnourishment works.
Yeah,
You stop
yeah.
eating, you just stop aging.
Yeah, it's because of all of those inorganic glutens in the food.
Yeah. So,
I'm so glad I'm not fighting Hawkman though, because he's way harder.
You're fighting unlimited new.
Yeah, but her defense isn't nearly as good.
She's still kicking your ass.
Yeah, but I just have to get some good hits in. Look at how much goes down, and that's
Yes.
I just
But she can keep that shit going forever.
Yeah, but I
Like, that's
can do
what
this.
Unlimited New does. She just continues to push. Like, that's just her entire thing. She's a combo
I'm doing
character.
good.
Yeah, no, you're doing fine. I'm just saying she's combo heavy. Like, that's her purpose is just to non-stop combo your butt.
Rhapsody of Memory.
I just need to get her to get into the get in there.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
Good luck. This is the real fight.
Yeah. Fuck!
You clip the audio, please don't.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Quit screaming into our mic.
She's completing our termination though.
Yeah.
Oh, we get to watch this again.
Are you okay?
Uh,
I'm sorry.
do they drag him into the cauldron when they jump?
No, I think he's just gonna die watching them jump.
Maybe.
Possible anymore.
And then potentially a million other people are watching it happen depending on the
I
timeline.
don't know. I don't think anybody else is
Hawkman's
down
there,
here.
that
No,
green-haired guy's there, Rachel's
Hawkman's-
off in the corner.
Hawkman's clearly not here. He's probably been teleported. Jean is dead, like 2 levels above.
Yeah, that's
Nobody's
true.
watching. I think it's just the
Rachel's
3 of
probably watching somehow in her
them. Nah,
head.
well, she's probably not left her house though. She's
Yeah.
already done her I'm
Yeah,
touching this
probably.
timeline thing.
Ragna, now
Ugh.
let's fuse.
Says,
And then the beaten and battered Ragna goes, fine. And then assumes the position, and then they do the fusion dance.
No.
He doesn't have any choice. It has to happen. He's being forced to dance.
They're doing this in front of a child who's not fully dead yet, though, and I feel like that's
Yeah,
inappropriate.
well, maybe.
All right, come on. Yeah, let's just let's fight.
Yeah.
Fight me, girl. Stop scaring my
Alright, there we
puppet.
go. Stop scaring my sister.
I walk into a room holding a ventriloquist dummy. He's like, "Excuse me, you're scaring my puppet. I need you to leave. I need to talk to the manager. This place, it doesn't have a seat for my puppet at this restaurant."
Yeah.
Actually, you could just say you want a table for 2 and they'd let you set your puppet down, I'm sure.
Yeah, but none of the chairs are designed for a puppet.
Well, yeah, none of the chairs are a hand.
Yeah. And if they were, you'd be offended by that. That's how that works. As, you know, a puppet.
Well, no one else can sit on
Puppeteer.
a hand-shaped chair, so
Yeah,
it's offensive
well,
to someone, I'm
I
sure.
don't know. There are a lot of people who can sit on a hand-shaped chair.
Let's not go that way.
Okay.
Fuck.
Okay, you
That
want
was
to cut here
terrible.
again?
Yes.
Alright, see you guys in a little bit.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action! Counter.
Hassan, please. Hassan.
Breaking calculated.
Ada.
Advancing to 9.
Whoa, Hassan, going in strong. Anima.
Advancing. Foolish.
Hassan.
Counter.
Now showing me easy.
Hassan.
Counter.
Going in. On the grid, please. Hassan.
Predictable.
Please.
Destruction. System activated.
Rhapsody of Memories. Hassan. Hassan.
Foolish. Error. Reverse.
Hassan,
Breaking.
please.
Impact. Foolish.
Please.
Counter.
Foolish.
Counter.
No way. Just please. Hassan. Going in.
Counter.
Going in. Ada.
Foolish.
Hassan, no way. Hassan. Hassan.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Just Ada. Hassan.
Finish.
Fuck. Oh,
Just
that was
barely.
I got it.
Just
I saw
barely.
the end and thought, oh shit, she got me. It's like, no, I
my
got
God.
that was so close.
It was
It
pretty
wasn't
close.
close, and then it was close.
It was pretty clutch, like right at the end. It
But
shouldn't
didn't take
have
us
been,
too
but
many.
it was.
Jean was harder.
Yeah.
Scanning targets.
But like usual, beating her just means you go into, I beat her, but I didn't beat her.
No, there's no way. How can there be someone we can't beat?
Thinking awfully highly of your puppet,
And he
Carl.
pulls out Jean's sword and just everything freezes.
I mean, if he can control it. I don't know if it freezes things if you don't know how to do it. Or it
No, that's
freezes
what I mean.
everything.
Like, he has no control, so it just freezes everything.
Maybe.
Didn't that happen with Gene when somebody beat him up? He lost control and it started freezing him, and then
that
everything
sounds
around
familiar.
him.
Who did that to him?
Bang, I think.
Well, maybe. I know that he did
I
something.
think it was
with
Bang.
Yeah, no, I don't remember the details. I mostly remember us
Oh,
just making
God.
fun of Bang.
The restriction of the beast.
Okay. Are you porting us into the boundaries? Is that what's
I
happening?
don't know.
Souls and birth. I call upon the Earth Sword to bring ruin upon my enemies.
Is that what the thing in the cauldron is called?
Oh, God. I hope not.
Because it is a sword.
I can't dodge it.
Oh, is she just shooting the weird swords that come out of her existence?
Is that Lychee?
I don't know.
It's Lychee.
Hey!
She's been following. I forgot she's been following us.
Lychee just dies in Carl's storyline?
That's fucked.
That's weird.
Why did you...
Oopsies.
Hey, booby lady.
Why? I don't know. I wonder why.
You don't know? You came for the puppet.
But I was worried about you. So I
She's
followed
too
you
good a
here.
doctor. She should charge him double.
Yeah, that's fair.
I never thought you would make contact with the Murakumo unit.
Is that what new is called?
Yeah, I think that's what new is called.
I thought that was a thing she summons.
Nuh-uh.
Less than 7%.
Don't kill Lychee.
Now, Ragna?
Oh, God.
It's like,
Is it Lychee and Carl and Nirvana are going to watch them jump into the cauldron now?
Just beep boop. They're going to bleed out, so I don't care anymore.
Yeah, whoopsies, we're done.
Why did you protect me? How can you do that? I don't understand.
I did it for your puppet. To tell you not to use a puppet.
I need a reason to help someone.
So his entire storyline is about learning that you don't always need a reason to help someone.
It's just Carl finding the one person in the universe that doesn't hate him.
Yeah.
And it's just because she loves everyone except Bang.
It turns out it's the girl whose boyfriend is a sack of bugs.
Yeah, her standards are really weird. I'm not going to say they're low, but they're weird.
Yeah.
Memories fill my head, and for a moment, I see my sister in this lady. Not her face or her body, but her heart. No, that's still weird. But I am about to explode in the cauldron.
The gate.
So it's going to just be that his sister's the only one who's ever been nice to him, so he's like this in part because he feels isolated from everyone else.
I just
Oh,
don't
God.
Oh. When did Nirvana get tanked over there?
Well, he did lose in the cutscene to New, so
Yeah,
I'm guessing
that's
that's
true.
probably what happened there. So we're just left with Carl watching New and Ragna just jump into the cauldron.
Someone was
This
nice
is the
to
good
me.
end.
Someone was nice to me and now they're dead, and that person just jumped into the fire?
This
Weird.
is the good end.
You mean the true end.
Yeah,
It gave us
okay, fair
Hawkman
enough.
and New.
We still have to do 2 normals with Carl, and that'll
Yeah,
be
that's
next
not-
week.
that's not
no,
happening
that's going to be
tonight.
next week.
Yeah. Okay, passing controller 1 back to Josh because it's closer to him. We had
But
it
yeah,
stretched
because we've got his true end, we now have New 13 and Hakumen. So that's fun.
Yeah, but we gotta finish Carl's other endings later.
I'll admit it kind of bugs me that they didn't take up the space under Tao and Urakune, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Notice how there might be space for a third one.
Tokunoe?
I don't know. There's no more characters.
Yeah. Well, now we go through 100 hours of multiplayer. They give us Mewtwo.
Please select your
So, who do you want to play as?
Not Carl, but I will do it.
Okay,
for
then
the-
I'll play as Rachel.
God,
whoops.
we're both being unpleasant
Yeah,
today.
we'll both be unpleasant today. That's fine.
These two, the play styles are just so...
It's your selection.
They are just so difficult.
They are. They're really, really
Again,
difficult.
another weird blonde plot person who's, like, probably not related to anyone in
Well, she's
Rachel's
got red
case.
eyes, though.
Yeah, but, like, there's just a lot of these people who were kind of like these weird pale creeps.
Yeah, I guess.
With various levels of plot that they won't tell us. By the way, I'm Devil May Carl.
Yeah, and I'm really intense Rachel.
Yeah.
I don't remember controls right now, so we'll see what happens here.
Yeah. Almost gotcha.
Did you?
Your wind makes it hard to do my spike.
Yeah, I know.
Which is already kind of hard to aim because it's got to go straight down. Nice.
Oop, okay.
Fuck you. Ah. What the fuck? Why can you do that?
Because you got stuck in my corner trap.
Oh god, it's George. He's too strong. The strongest character in the game wants to kill me. Fuck.
That's fine.
Fuck. I was doing good at the start and then you remembered how to play video games.
That's okay, that's just round one.
Yeah.
2 rounds.
I just gotta not try and do the spike because Rachel is really good at countering that, I think.
Yeah, a little bit.
Except I had a point where it was like irresistible because I was right on top of you.
Yeah. Don't worry. Let's see if I can... There it is. I wasn't sure if I could remember how to make that one go.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah, we're playing as the two characters who are just unpleasant to play as.
Yeah, I don't hate Rachel on a personal level, but I almost do. She has wronged us at least once.
Yeah,
I don't
at least
remember
once.
how. I mean, Carl, like, for people who don't remember, we had the worst time with Carl's arcade mode.
Carl, it was awful, and was that the one where we actually lost the footage?
Yeah, we lost some footage.
And then had to do
for
it again? We had to do the whole fight over again?
Yeah, it was
awful.
And it was like 4 hours of smashing my head against Hakumet.
Yeah, both times.
Yeah, it was the worst. Carl is cursed in and out of story. Just no one likes him. He's awful.
Alright.
I hope he permanently dies
No,
someday.
don't say that's too far.
Yeah, no, he's probably not ever going
That's
to
fine.
be removed
We don't have
from
to
these
touch him again
games.
until possibly the next game.
Yeah. Hopefully in the next game they'd make it easier to play
Hopefully.
him. I don't know.
All right. Final thoughts. I'm sorry we're still stuck on posting streams for the last couple of weeks. We've been running into a lot of issues. Least of all that I'm still pretty sick. I'm getting better. I'm getting to the point where it's like, oh, I'm not that bad anymore. You can kind of hear it in my voice, but it's bad enough that I'm worried that if we record Neptune, I'm just gonna sit there and die.
Yeah. Also, it is the coldest week of the year.
Yeah.
Christmas is exhausting, and we're still recovering from that. It's just in general.
And I'm
like,
sorry
it's a
this
hectic
video
time.
was so late.
Oh yeah. No. Sorry that I clipped the audio at least once.
Anywho, final thoughts on this?
Carl,
you don't
go
like
away.
Carl? Yeah.
Nirvana can stay. Carl leave.
I got nothing else.
That's about it.
All right. You guys have a good night.
Good night. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, too.
Happy tomorrow.
Was I sparring with the short one? I don't remember. Oh, I know. I'll ask the booby lady.